everyone, and welcome to Accelerate 2017 Citizens Make Change. We are thrilled to have all of you here tonight. I'm Marianne Crosley. I'm President and CEO of the Cleveland Leadership Center, and this is the third time we are presenting this evening of great ideas for positive change in Cleveland. We are honored and excited to have our presenting sponsor tonight be Citizens Bank. Without Citizens, this whole event would not be possible. So let's give Citizens a huge round of applause. I hope that you enjoyed listening to all the pitches upstairs. We have our 5 finalists waiting anxiously here in the front row. And remember, for those who weren't selected as finalists, I hope that if you saw a pitch that inspired you, that you were able to make a connection or contact us, and we'll help to facilitate that so we can advance as many of these great ideas as possible, because it is all about making Cleveland a great and greater city. In addition to Citizens making this possible, I also want to recognize some of our category sponsors. And they are Nordson, Odie, Westfield Insurance, and Oswald. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Some of our presenters from past years have tables set up outside. I hope that you were able to meet them and offer your suggestions for how they continue to advance their ideas. You're going to be hearing from some of them later tonight. And before I introduce our 2 co-chairs for this evening, I want to give a huge thank you to the Cleveland Leadership Center team, without whom none of this would be possible. They worked tirelessly under the direction of Rachel Chumshaw. So if you could raise your hands, and let's give them a huge round of applause. And now our 2 co-chairs. First, Larry Oscar, who is managing partner of Hahn-Lozer & Park and chairman of the board of the Cleveland Leadership Center. And I'm going to call to the stage Joe Duraco, president of Citizens Bank Ohio and co-chair for this evening's event, as well as a Cleveland Leadership Center board member.
Wow, thank you, Marianne. And energy is fantastic, so it's really exciting to be here. On behalf of Citizens Bank and the Cleveland Leadership Center, I want to say welcome and thank you for coming tonight. You know, Accelerate is a program that highlights creativity and individual contribution to our community that makes our community a better place to live, work, and raise a family. We received over 80 applications and submissions this year for Accelerate. It was a very difficult job the selection committee had to narrow that down to the grouping that you saw this evening. So in a few minutes, we're going to have the 5 presenters come up, 1 from each of the categories. They are diverse. They have different backgrounds. They are a cross-section of experience and reflection of our community in what we're doing here in Cleveland. And, you know, people, they are really behind change. So the nice thing about Accelerate is Accelerate's helping people make their dreams come true. At Citizens, we believe in strengthening the communities that we serve. And what a better platform than Accelerate, where we have individual citizens coming up with ideas that have an opportunity to present in front of everybody here with a chance to get logistics, funding, and some help to make their ideas come true. So we're very proud to partner with the Cleveland Leadership Program, Cleveland Leadership Center. They do an amazing job. Every single day, they are tireless about working, developing, building, growing, creating civic leaders within our community. And with organizations like the Cleveland Leadership Center, we have the ability to take that momentum, which our region has national attention for right now, and continue that momentum, continue to build, continue to develop, and come up with some new ideas to take that even further. And we can't do it without them. So we appreciate everything that they do. I have a few things that I would like to say, requests from the audience tonight. So the first is a bit of a challenge, okay? Mary Ann has a tag phrase. It's never leaving her. It's always with her. And it's that leaders show up. So we had everybody that presented tonight went out on a limb. They took a risk. They took a lot of energy, effort to get to the point where they were tonight, and they came out and they put their best foot forward. So Cleveland is a city of leaders, and leaders show up. So we're going to ask everyone to show up. If you heard something that inspires you, if you saw something that you said, wow, we just need to make this happen, our request is take some action behind it. Leaders show up. The second request is, if you can, text, tweet a whole lot. Don't text, it won't help anybody. But tweet a whole lot. Use hashtag Accelerate NEO. Tell all your friends about what's happening here, and hopefully they can, do some help and get involved as well. Tell people about some of the great things going on in our city. So at this time, I would like to invite my friend Larry Oscar up on stage. And, Larry is the co-chair for Accelerate. He is the board chair for the Cleveland Leadership Center, and he's the managing partner for Hahn Lozier. Thanks,
Joe, thanks so much. Let's hear it one more time for Joe and Citizens. It's inspiring to have you sponsor this fantastic program, and we really appreciate it very much. And thanks also to our category sponsors, Oswald Companies, Westfield Insurance, Odie, and Nordson. Let's hear it for them. We just can't do it without these sponsors. Individuals make this happen. It's just a few short moments till you hear the pitches, and you don't need to hear a lot from me, but I do want you to recognize all the individuals that go into making this happen. So if we could have our sponsors, our judges, and volunteers, our board members, and everyone who's worked on this from our sponsors and Citizens Bank, just rise so we can give all of you a round of applause. For dozens of people, thank you so much. And Joe, as part of this, I realized that Citizens and the Leadership Center have some things in common. You deal in capital and profits, and what the Leadership Center is really trying to do is make a profit for the city of Cleveland, to make a net addition. And the Leadership Center convenes and connects people, young leaders to senior leaders, all the way through every continuum. We have dozens of programs every year. And look in your program book and check out our programs. Everyone should get involved. This is a fabulous, fabulous organization. And Mary Ann, thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate it. One more round of applause for Mary Ann. Enough from me. Let's get to our MCs, Mickey Burns and Mike McIntyre. NBC and The Plain Dealer, you've heard them on the television and the radio, and you've read them, so let's bring them up right now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Larry.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Feeling good today?
woohoo!
You notice a little something different tonight? Mickey Burns from WKYC. I want to say I'm glad to be back here for the third year. I'm glad Mickey's with me for her first year. And I want to congratulate you guys for being the biggest audience ever to witness an event in the city of Cleveland, period. The biggest.
Wait.
No doubt about it, the biggest.
No. Mike, there were 1 million friggin' people at the Cats Parade. What are you talking about?
Did we say that you were WKYC?
Yes.
Dishonest media? Alternative facts?
Fuck you. No.
You know, she said she wasn't going to say that.
No, I wasn't going to say. I did not say it out loud.
Not only is this the biggest crowd, and don't take those camera angles that show something different. Right here. Not only is this the biggest crowd ever in Cleveland, I'm telling you right now, it's about to be the loudest, and I want to hear it. Let's hear it for Accelerate 2017. I mean, really.
All right. All right.
Okay?
All right. So maybe you are the loudest crowd, but you're one of the most important crowds because we are here for a great event tonight. There were 25 finalists who stood up and put their hearts and their souls and everything out for you guys, and they had such great, great ideas. We're here to celebrate that, and we're here to hear from the amazing 5 finalists.
Every year I have the same problem. If you've been to some of the other events, you know it. I have trouble grasping the concept. Like, what is a good idea that will improve the community? So what if I run one by you guys, and let's see if this is what we're talking about.
All
Would
right.
that work?
Okay.
What if you took Burke Lakefront Airport
Yeah.
and you turn it into a public park / RTA bus stop
Wait. Okay.
/ dirt bike track
Yeah.
with a microbrewery?
Well, okay. I can. You
Is
know
that a
what?
great idea?
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea, Mike.
Well, I want to say thank you very much, and where's my check?
Oh, yeah. No. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. You have to be a finalist, and we have 5 great ones sitting over there with their knees knocking, ready to be up here. So all of them will, 1, get your support and applause. 2, all of them will get a check. Woohoo!
Yeah.
4 of them will get a $2,000 check, but 1 will get a $5,000 check and an interview with the Channel 3 camera. Woo! Back there. So, yay!
And while I'm sure that's the media highlight of their lives,
It is. I know.
all of them will also be on the Sound of Ideas tomorrow morning at 9, so please tune in and listen
Woo!
to all of these great ideas. I know we already clapped for a bunch of different people, but I do want to say the judges who arrived at these 5 finalists had a really tough job to do, and the folks that were here in the earlier round, so I do want to recognize them. And without sucking up, my boss, George Rodriguez, was one of them.
Yeah, I saw George
And
here earlier,
my
yeah.
friend Margaret Bernstein from
Margaret
WKYC
was here,
was one
yeah,
of them.
Channel
and all of you
3.
other people
Hello,
too.
Margaret.
Let's hear it for the judges.
Woo! And now, while the judges had a tough job, you have even a tougher job because now you have to hear these 5 incredible pitches and vote and narrow it down to the grand prize winner. So we're going to give you more details in a little bit in terms of how to make that happen. But as we get into the pitches, you're going to hear some amazing things.
And remember, we do want you tweeting, so feel free to take your phone out, put it on silent, but go ahead and tweet. You can tweet your thoughts, your reactions, your photos, your emojis, your rants about the dishonest media, whatever it is you want to do. You use the hashtag AccelerateNEO. That's AccelerateNEO, and if you don't have spell check on your phone, this gets me every time. Accelerate has 1 L. So do tweet and use it. How many times have you made that mistake?
I know. All right, so let's welcome our first finalist in Community Change. Community Change is presented in partnership with Oswald and Westfield Insurance Company. Jeremy, are you ready? Woohoo!
There
Jeremy
you go.
Langham with Ironborn Brewworks. Come on down,
Let's hear it,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Woo! Woo!
Sorry. Oh. No cooties. Oh, that's a problem.
That's fine.
My name is Jeremy Langham, a nonprofit directing, craft beer brewing, social justice advocating, lifelong Clevelander, wishing to show you how we can make those 4 words a reality with Ironborn Brewworks. Over the last decade, Northeast Ohio has been in the midst of a much discussed and publicized renaissance. But that renaissance has not equally benefited the large majority of Cleveland residents. Today, while a handful of neighborhoods are reaping the benefits of this rebirth and resurgence, countless others are desolate, void of opportunity and equity for individuals residing within their communities. Undaunted, a host of impact-generating organizations are out there fighting for these social injustices. They're battling poverty, homelessness, economic depression, hunger, educational inequity, all with a finite number of resources. But even if results are strong, progress is measurable, successes are plentiful, these organizations constantly face the harsh reality of having their funding streams run dry, resulting in them having to close their doors for good, removing their services from individuals who so desperately need them within their communities. Enter Ironborn Brew Works. Ironborn Brew Works will be one of the Midwest's first benevolent brew pubs, serving up social justice and economic opportunity with each pint poured. Our charge? To be a fundraising arm for organizations who are fighting these social injustices to help raise some capital for their causes. And here's how it all works. It's actually really quite simple. You walk into the establishment. You choose what you want to eat, what brew you'd like to drink, and what cause you're most convicted about, and would like a portion of your bill to go towards. At the end of each quarter, we add up everybody's contributions, and we donate that amount to the select causes you chose to impact, resulting in a whole lot of change making from the change that you contributed. So a number of philanthropic brew pubs are currently operating within the United States, and while others have piloted this model, Ironborn Brew Works, with its own distinct components, will be one of the first of its kind in the Midwest. So what are these distinct components, you ask? We've got 3 of them. Number 1, mission comes first. We brew to serve others, period. Number 2, community through and through. Community coming together in our brew pub space will allow more opportunities for organizations to raise money. So it only makes sense to ask community members through our membership drive to help us select these organizations each quarter. Number 3, doing good by brewing good. We aren't just looking to brew and serve a run-of-the-mill subpar selection of beers. We've assembled a brewing team with nearly 30 years of collective brewing experience and knowledge, led by head brewers Kara Baker and Jim Jadwiziak, life partners and brewing partners with nearly 70 accumulated medals from brewing competitions since 2013, regionally and nationally. Several of their beers are offered at local brew pubs, and they're currently enrolled in the American Brewers Guild Brewing Science and Engineering program. So, is this model realistic? And is it sustainable? The answers are yes and yes. We're a thirsty city inside of a thirsty state. It's true. According to a 2014 survey, Ohioans on average drink 320 beers per person per year. How do you stack up? Also, more and more folks are opting for local craft beers. Let's not forget about how charitable Ohioans are as well. Ohioans gave $6 billion to organizations, charity organizations, in 2014, and we believe we could tap into that, that giving spirit with our Barstool philanthropy model. So, where are we currently? Well, currently, our LLC is already set up with the state. We're ready to roll out our financing and fundraising efforts. Our location in North Collinwood is vacant and ready for transformation. And a host of change-making organizations are ready for your change. But in order for this idea to go any further, tonight, we're hoping that the first round will be on you. If we're so fortunate to win this competition this evening, every last penny from the winnings will go towards our first and last month's lease payment to secure our facility, as well as more initial recipe development to get our beers into your hands and your bellies more sooner than later. In closing, with your support this evening, we can begin to raise pints, to raise funds for organizations who truly affect change in our communities. We could begin to roll out our Barstool philanthropy model and open up your neighborhood's living room. Ironborn Brew Works, where benevolence is always brewing and impact is always on tap. Cheers. Thank you.
Great job. That was great.
Very cool.
Got a standing O right here.
Woohoo! All right. Okay,
First
so
of all,
322 beers per person. I only
Right.
drink Chardonnay. I drink
drinking
322
your share.
Chardonnays. So am I giving you my
I'm
332
drinking your
beers?
share. I've already got that
Woo!
covered.
I love this. This is
Did
working
you notice
for me.
he did not finish his beer during that speech? He had a lot to say. A guy standing there
job.
talking with a beer in his hand reminds me of like every Saturday night in Lakewood, except everybody's talking about what they don't want to pay money for. This guy's talking about where we can put money and do some good. Great job, Jeremy.
Nice job. Very nice.
All right, you guys ready for our next one?
Yep.
In the Economic and Workforce Development category, presented in partnership with Odie, Shayla Ivezi with Career Closet, More Than a Wardrobe. Come on up, Shayla.
Come on up, Shayla. You're going to do great. Nice job.
Get 'em.
Thank you.
According to the United States Census Bureau, 1 in 3 people in Cleveland live in poverty. In addition, more than 50% of our children live in poverty. What's more disheartening than this statistic is the fact that this state of being is intergenerational and self-perpetuating. Although there are many factors that contribute to the cycle of poverty, one of the most prevalent concerns in regards to young people is their lack in job readiness and a disparity in the skills that make them employable. Today, many of our students struggle to find employment because they simply lack the soft and applied skills necessary to secure meaningful employment. The short and long-term consequences of youth unemployment are severe. Individuals who do not secure stable jobs by their early 20s are at risk of frequent and prolonged spells of joblessness, permanently lower earnings, and greater difficulty building secure financial futures for themselves and for their families. The transition period between school and work is one of crucial importance. It is the time that you choose a vocation, it is the time that you adequately prepare for it, and it's the time that you attain of success and efficiency. That is why I came up with the idea for Career Closet, more than a wardrobe. Career Closet is a wardrobe on wheels and mini mobile career center that will provide high school students in underserved areas with professional attire, career coaching and development services, as well as opportunities for meaningful employment. As a graduate of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and as a first-generation student, I myself have experienced some of the challenges that our youth face today. In fact, I didn't receive any career preparation in high school whatsoever. It wasn't until I got to college that I received those services that allowed me to acquire the skills necessary to navigate our labor market. Career Closet will be a mobile entity that allows us to address inaccessibility issues. It will be a vending truck transformed into a wardrobe on wheels and mobile career center that will provide valuable services. As a college graduate, I understand that college is very important. However, it is not a reality for all of our students. We have many students opting to take less traditional roles and directly enter the workforce after graduation. Those students are most vulnerable to this conundrum. If you can't see it, it simply emphasizes the fact that when a student goes to seek employment, they ask, hey, you have a job? And the employer says, well, do you have skills? And we all have faced this conundrum. It seems like a catch-22. You need skills to get the job, but you need jobs to acquire the skills. In addition to providing career services and professional attire, the Career Closet will engage employers through collaborative partnerships to provide employment opportunities for our students early on. By engaging employers, we bring them to the table. We open up opportunities for our students to gain meaningful experiences that will enhance their marketability, while at the same time, our employers will benefit from a feeder system of prospective employees who already have experience in the industry. Some of the services that we will offer include building your personal brand, interviewing skills, professional development and etiquette, writing a resume, and the list continues. But another function of the Career Closet is to help students identify prospective career paths and then plug them into other existing community resources. In this way, the Career Closet will be an intermediary between students and current organizations that are serving Northeast Ohio. If I am chosen as the recipient of the Accelerate grant, it would allow me to begin the first phase of implementation by securing a vehicle that would then be built out and transformed into the Mobile Career Center. Then we will begin our mission, making sure that our future leaders are well prepared and well dressed.
Nice job, Sarita.
Great job.
I don't know. I think Mike could use a career closet. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay.
I got this one suit. I wear it once a year, and this is it. And I don't put it on till like 4:30.
There you go.
So I am wearing a suit. By the way, that was a great job. And I'm not only impressed with these guys, but I'm impressed with you guys. Way to go in giving these guys
Yeah,
support,
that's
standing
awesome.
up, sir, and making sure you're showing your support. Great job.
Nice job.
Keep it up.
All right. So our next category is actually sponsored by Nordson. And it was funny, I was talking to a few people. I said, you know, Nordson is sponsoring this. And they went, oh, shoe sale. And I'm like, no, people, no. Billion-dollar global company that makes cool-ass stuff. So, so we educated them all. In fact, I think they just bought another huge company yesterday. So very cool. So it's the Education for Tomorrow category. And our winner is Joanne Smith for Getting Our Babies to College 101.
Can't wait to hear that one. Come on, Joanne.
Hello. My name is Joanne Smith, and my project is Getting Our Babies to College 101. 5 years ago, I found myself in a position that a lot of parents do. My daughter was an 8th grader transitioning to 9th grade, and she decided she wanted to go to college. And of course, she decides to pick the most expensive degree ever. She wanted to be a veterinarian. Now, I knew I couldn't afford that. So looking at the statistics of I'm living in a community where 13% of the community is below the poverty rate. The average household income is $26,000, and the average four-year college is $24,000. So I can't afford that, so I had to figure out what could I do to make this happen. My degree is in marketing, so I had to put all of my resources to use, and I went on the school website. So what they had available was College Now. Now, the eligibility requirements for this program is you have to be an 11th grader and you have to have a certain GPA. Now, neither one of those fit my daughter. So what I decided to do was start filling out scholarship applications every night. My daughter happened to be an amazing athlete. So I said, well, we're going to use this and try to get you to college. So ultimately what ended up happening was my daughter ended up graduating 6th in her class and got an academic scholarship. So I said, what are the chances of that? So thank you. So everybody around me is like, wow, how'd you get this? How did you make this happen? So I ended up helping all these people around me, people at work, people in the community, people at church. They're like, how'd you make this happen? So then the school calls me. They're like, can you come and help our parents with this FAFSA process? Like, this FAFSA is really throwing these parents off. They can't get this paperwork done. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm coming in here doing these for free, then I could try and figure out how to make this work for me. So I decided that I would do workshops for parents. That's my idea. I want to do workshops within the schools, in the community, at churches, in rec centers, wherever I could be able to do interactive workshops where I would be on a projection system and the parents could actually be on a computer following along with me, going through the workshops. I would do a general workshop. The one main topic that I feel is big in this area, because this is a sports town, is the student athlete. The student athlete process is so rigorous with the NCAA eligibility requirements and the clearinghouse. So many students miss out on it. Now, Gann Academy just put 30 students at the signing table, but that's one school. What about the rest of the students? So a lot of parents need help with the scholarship application process. I also think one of the most important parts of the college process is visiting colleges. Now, John Hay has a 100% graduation rate and a 98% college acceptance rate, but that's one school. What is so good about this one school that nobody else is doing this? I think that other schools should also implement this. Now, I know about this program because my son is a freshman there. Now, they go 2 weeks in the summer, and this whole 2 weeks, they're visiting colleges. Now, how can you tell a student if they are going to be able to go to school or what a school is like if they've never been on a campus? So I think it's so important that parents understand that we need to start this process in the 8th grade, just like John Hay do, so that everybody can have a 98% college acceptance rate. So I think that it's so important for my program to get started so that we can get all of the babies to college. And I also feel that with my workshops, that each parent will leave with a starter kit. In the starter kit, they'll get a folder with documentation inside to tell you different important things that you should know. You get a notebook and an ink pen so that you can take notes during the workshop. You will also get a calendar, and in the calendar it will have important dates, testing dates, ACT dates, college important testing dates for the colleges, far as when you should have your admissions and all of that different things will be included in this planner. So I will also include in there a magnet. It will have my website and my email address. So parents could contact me at any time and ask any questions, and they will be able to reach me directly versus being able to go to some kind of random site. They will actually be able to ask me directly any questions. And each parent will be able to get this. So this will be a part of what I will be using the seed money for. I also think that one of the real strong parts of my program would be the whole process of doing those individual workshops for the FAFSA. A lot of parents get real confused with the FAFSA, and it really deters a lot of parents from moving forward. So that's later on in the process, but my real important part is starting these parents in the 8th grade, stressing the importance of the college visits, stressing the importance of them knowing what are they eligible for the low-income families. There are so many things they're eligible for, test waiver fees. There are so many things that I was able to find during my 5 years of searching with my daughter, and now I'm going through with my son, who is a freshman. So that's what I think everybody should look into with helping with my process of trying to get all these babies to college.
Wow, they're all amazing. I got, my wife and I took our baby to college in the fall, in August. And at Thanksgiving time, a bearded animal came home. The baby when he went, the bearded animal when he came back.
No.
But yeah, I'm still working on the FAFSA, and he's been in college for a semester already. So you're right, it's a lot of work, and I heard a lot of stuff I could relate to there.
Yeah, and we all want our babies to have that chance. So amazing job. Good job.
All right, let's talk about our next category and our next finalist. The finalist in the Quality of Life category is Ava Alexandra Thomas from Memory Mat, and she's in high school. Bring her on up.
Woo! Come on up, Ava.
Go get 'em.
Hey, how you doing? Got the microphone. Yeah, why don't you unbutton you, is that okay? And then we'll put it on the back, just so we're... Okay, I'm gonna reach, set this. You want it in your pocket or on your belt? Put it in my pocket. Pocket? Okay, let's put it on your back pocket then. This here.
My name is Ava Thomas, and this is Memory Mat. Memory Mat is a personalized laminated placemat with pictures and phrases that help jog the memories of Alzheimer's and dementia patients, as well as senior citizens. Equally important, it serves as a conversation starter for visitors and caregivers. I'm currently a junior in high school at Gilmore Academy, and I consider myself a social entrepreneur. I've been visiting the West Geauga Senior Center since 2nd grade, and every time I go, more and more people are there. That's because senior citizens have become the largest and fastest growing segment of the U.S. population. Sadly, one of the truths that defines this aging population is the prevalence of Alzheimer's disease and dementia, symptoms of which include memory loss, like forgetting the names of friends and family, and having difficulty remembering information about one's own personal history. When this happens, nurses and caregivers have a hard time starting worthwhile conversations with their patients and are often reduced to meaningless dialogue about the weather. That's why I created Memory Mat. Memory Mat starts as a blank template paper mat to be completed and personalized by the recipient, along with instructions and a piece of laminate. As you can see, the recipient will fill in topics like, I like to talk about, my favorite foods, my hobbies, and my careers. When completed, the placemat looks like this. And because it is laminated, it can be put on a tray table or left at the senior center, wiped off and reused. I took my mat with me to visit the West Geauga Senior Center, Maplewood Assisted Living Community, and Heather Hill Care Community. When a senior named Pat saw Memory Mat, her eyes lit up. She grabbed the mat from my hand and said, "This is even more fun than scrapbooking. I have 12 grandchildren, and I'd put their pictures all over the back." Her friend told me, "This would be very helpful for my daughter with Down syndrome." Memory Mat appeals to senior citizens who enjoy reminiscing about their past, Alzheimer's and dementia patients who want to improve their memory, and even children with cognitive disabilities like autism and Down syndrome who could greatly benefit from the visual memory stimulation this mat provides. Everywhere I went, people asked me if I could come back during craft days to make memory mats with them. And here is a very key point. This placemat can do what flashcards and memory games cannot. Because Memory Mat contains personalized pictures and phrases, it is uniquely able to stimulate episodic memory. Episodic memory is the autobiographical recollection that connect times, people, places, and emotions. This is the appeal of Memory Mat. To make my vision a reality, I will need to collaborate with nursing homes and senior centers like the 3 I already visited, and reach out to schools for people with learning disabilities like Metzenbaum and Chesterland. The goal is to supply these facilities with memory mats so their caregivers can work with the patients to gather pictures and complete the information on their mat. Seed money would be used to purchase a $300 portable laminator and, of course, materials to make the mats. When bought in bulk, each mat costs 30 cents and the laminate costs 67 cents. So roughly speaking, each mat costs just under $1. And the mats would be given out for free, with each mat stating, "Courtesy of Accelerate 2017, Citizens Make Change." So you can see, the seed money will go a long way to improve the quality of life for many people, because Memory Mat is here to help people remember what they don't want to forget.
Excellent job. Great job.
You know, we have shows on the Sound of Ideas where we invite high schoolers on, like the senior standouts and just young people to tell us what they think. And you're always hearing this stuff about how young people don't get it and they're a problem or whatever. Take a look at this kid.
Mm-hmm. I know.
This is the future. They're awesome.
It does kind of make you realize you've done nothing in your life when I'm here. Okay, Ava, make us feel really bad about ourselves, okay? All right.
Thank you, Ava.
Nice job, sweetie. All right, so our final finalists, or can we call them last? Whatever. Our least? No, not least.
Our last but
never
all.
least. And then this one I need to get right because it's a little hard to say. Not his name, he's fabulous. Daniel Gray Contar, but wait for it. Imagination for our imagination. Cool, come on down.
Come on up. Go get 'em.
Good luck, baby.
Some people will tell you that black kids can't be kids, that black children never had no childhoods. but I know different. I know black girls dance. Black girls go off. Black girls be like Miss Mary Mac, Mac, Mac. Black girls go brick wall, waterfall. Girl, you think you know it all, but you don't, so I do, so boom. With the idea that I didn't love every damn second growing up being black and being magical. Because I know black boys rock, black boys play basketball, and I know that black boys love black girls, and black girls love black boys, and sometimes black boys love black boys, and sometimes black girls love black girls, and sometimes black kids don't know what it is that they love, but they be loving any damn way. Sometimes black kids hurt. Black kids struggle. Black kids afraid of something that only black adults can really ever understand. Black kids told they talk too white. They told they talk too black. So black kids decided better not to talk at all. Because ain't no way they can break even with ebonics cracking like the whip used to and their ancestors used to understand while speaking proper round white folks that only their ancestors understand. See, black kids got a strange kind of magic. They a strange kind of magician. Now, you know, I ain't supposed to tell you this, but if y'all come in closer, I can tell you how we make our happiness. Find some Kool-Aid packets. It was all y'all could afford this month, but y'all ain't care because it's your favorite. And don't forget the Splendor. Believe me, the sweetness covers the taste of Flint water. Now, stir your cauldron, make your poison, take a sip, and forget all your struggles. It's good, ain't it? Now smile. With your teeth stained red that mama used to always laugh at then. And she was so proud of you, and y'all was proud of yourselves, because black kids cast spells everywhere they be going. We be creating hope out of poverty, like when the lights went out and you played hide and seek with your black brother. You got to remember that. Because we be creating love out of death, like when grandmama passed and she didn't want us to cry, so we black kids laughed. Because she'd been casting the same type of spell since she was her age, since she was our age. So why is our blackness considered a curse when all we do is make some happiness out of nothing? That's why we got to keep on smiling, keep on dancing, and that's why we got to keep calling ourselves magic. Now, you know, I ain't supposed to be telling you this. I'm supposed to be keeping quiet about it, because us magicians don't never reveal our secrets. So you might think that I wrote that poem. I did not. That poem was written by a 16-year-old junior from Collinwood High School who had never written a poem in her entire life. So what I want to do really quickly in the time that I have left is give you a briefing of who I am and what we're about. My name is Daniel Gray Kantar. I represent an organization called 12 Literary and Performative Arts Incubator. And what 12 does is it supports writers from the time that they are 16 years old, just like that young lady, up through their mid-careers when they're 45 years old. The whole idea around 12 Literary and Performative Arts is to create a community of young writers, particularly of color and from marginalized communities where, frankly, there is not one. The literary arts is the least funded art form in this part of the country. It's the least funded art form here in Cleveland. So what we have had to do is come together, myself and a number of others. We don't have any funding. We're generating that, and that's why we're here. Our primary interest as we're building this community is to start with youth. The best place to start with youth is an organization called Brave New Voices, where there are youth from all over the country that convene and congregate in the literary arts each and every year. We are trying to send 4 to 6 youth from 12 Literary Arts to San Francisco to represent Cleveland. Now, this next part is really key. Cleveland used to send teams all the time, but Playhouse Square shuttered its program called Slam U. So my crew, me, and a few others have put our blood, sweat, tears, and money to send youth every year. It's okay when we got to send them to Detroit. It's okay when we got to send them to D.C. We can bust them there, but San Francisco, we can't do that. That's why we need your help. To build this literary arts community, which is already storied, but we want to heal this community and we want to start with our youth. 12 Literary Arts is an imagination for our imagined nation. Help us create imagination. One love.
Wow.
Wow. Again, a
was awesome.
16-year-old making us feel like we didn't do anything with the rest of our lives. Amazing. That
That seems to be a
was-
theme with you.
Yeah, I'm feeling like really like I should go back and start all over.
I want to say that something I thought about here when he was saying you can help us send somebody to San Francisco, and I said, you know what, I probably could pony up $50. And the point here is this is a great thing, and the winner is going to get $5,000, and all of these finalists will get $2,000. But it doesn't have to end there. If you want to support these ideas, get in touch with these folks.
Yep.
Because I know I'm going to.
Good idea. All right. Okay, now it's time to vote, guys. Get out your phones. For those two people who haven't been on them all night
Everybody
already.
grab your phone right now.
All right, grab your phone. Okay.
And while we're doing that, I just want to mention that you see the lovely lady here, Janine Byrne, is drawing all of what's happening tonight. She has a company called See Your Words. It's amazing if you've ever seen it on Facebook. But check that out a little bit later tonight. Let's hear it for Janine.
Woohoo! All right, JoJo. All right, so you're going to call or text the number that's coming up on the screen now. It is 201-500-3746.
All right, if you text to that number, if that's what you decide to do, you put the number of the pitch category in the message portion. Be sure to make sure that it's a numeral. Don't spell out the number. Just type the number right in there.
And if you call, make the phone call and then hit 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 based on the category.
Now, be forewarned, the software will not let you text and call. It's one phone, one vote, unless you've got connections with the Russian government.
I know, the fake media. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, text or call.
All right, let's have a quick reminder of who and what you're voting for. We have those up on the screen. We're going to go with...
Oh, wait. Do you have the first
I got
two?
them, sure.
Do you have all of them?
Uh-huh.
Good, you go.
Right. Okay, so we're going to start. Number 1 is community change, as you can see there. So if you put in the number 1, you're voting for Jeremy Langham and Ironborn Brew Works in the community change category. If you put in the number 2, you're voting for economic and workforce development category, Shayla Ivezi with Career Closet, More Than a Wardrobe. If you vote for category 3,
Okay.
you're voting for educating for tomorrow, that category, Joanne Smith, Getting Our Babies to College 101. If you vote for category 4, that's quality of life, Ava Alexandra Thomas with Memory Mat, that's category number 4. It's a numeral 4, don't write it out. And lastly, if you put in the number 5, you're voting for, in the transformative arts and culture category, Daniel Gray Kantar for Imagination for Our Imagined Nation. Those are the 5 categories.
And it's 201-500-3746. Okay, while we're waiting for the votes to be tallied, we are going to talk nicely about people? Yes, we are. While we're waiting for them to be tallied, not that we wouldn't have anyway, Joe DeRocco, we would like to thank Joe. He was on our show a couple of weeks ago on Live on Lakeside to pitch Accelerate. And so Holly Strano, who she looked at him and she goes, oh my God, he's gorgeous. So she actually introduced him as, hi, he looks like George Clooney. So Joe DeRocco with Citizens Bank, thank you so much for all your support. And of course, our partners with the Oswald Companies, Westfield Insurance, Odie, and Nordson. No shoes, Nordson.
George Clooney if he starred in Rocky, maybe. Guys, are you done voting? Are we getting close to that point?
Are we
Has
close?
everybody typed in their numbers? So
Don't leave. You have to see who wins. How could you leave?
Folks are leaving. By the way, the middle aisle here, everybody in the middle has to either move up or back because the RTA buses start coming through at about 9 o'clock.
Very cute. Very cute. All right, so when do we do Matt and Ben?
Why don't we do that now?
Okay.
Right?
You ready?
So,
Go.
We got some time now for, we got to tally the votes. So we've made the votes. They've got to count them. So we've got a little time to update you on our previous winners. The idea is to improve the community, and we're going to hear from folks about how they've done that. And we're going to begin with Matt Fieldman. He's the winner of Accelerate 2015 with Cleveland Codes. A couple minutes now.
Come on up,
Fieldman.
Matt.
Fieldman.
Hi, sweet. Good. Kill him.
All right. So 2 years ago, I stood on this stage and pitched you on a dream I had. The dream was called Cleveland Codes, and the idea was to connect the 1,000 open entry-level technology jobs in our region to Cleveland's low-income adults here in our city. You voted, you chose my idea, and I had a lot of pressure all of a sudden to make it happen. It was nice to have the $5,000, but wow, there were a lot of eyeballs on me all of a sudden. Well, we made it happen. The first cohort launched in March of 2016 with 15 students, and we have graduated 35 students to date. This is a 4-month intensive training program held by Tri-C. And the students come, they get, as part of the program, they get a bus pass, they get lunch, they get a laptop, they get everything. The program is completely free. We get 150 applications for about 15 spots. The talent is out there. It is incredible. These are incredibly talented adults who are working oftentimes pretty crappy jobs. Bank tellers, security guards, food service. They have incredible... Well, maybe not bank tellers. But hourly employees, put it this way. Oops. Yeah, nice. All right. It was a great idea. Putting my foot in my mouth, also a great idea. All right. So our graduates, 70% minority, 40% women, we are changing the face of technology in Northeast Ohio. Our students are out there working in the workforce. Some of them are seeing an increase in salary of 150%. I wouldn't get out here without making an ask, and I do have one ask of you. You voted, you made this happen, thank you. Now the goal is to get these people internships. We have 17 students in the current cohort. We very, very much want connections to website companies, digital companies, technology companies, so we can get these adults the chance they deserve. They're putting in the time and effort. They're learning incredible skills. They have great hope for the future. If you can help connect us, that's great. You can visit clevelandcodes.org to visit our website. Thank you so much for your support.
Good seeing you again.
My bad.
All right. So, and I have to tell you, now more than ever, do we need IT people? I mean, when you look at the available jobs in Northeast Ohio, there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of open IT jobs. So,
and not just IT people, but if you look at the statistics nationwide, less than 5% of people that are in IT are minority individuals. That's something that's got to change.
Yep.
Look at the hidden figures.
Oh, I know. That was
look
such
at
an
the
amazing
talent that's
movie.
out there.
Yep.
This can be done.
Yep, you're right. So our other guest this evening is Matt Colas. Matt won last year.
Ben.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Matt. I'm sorry. But at least I didn't put down bank tellers, okay? So, sorry. Ben, forgive me. Ben was last year's winner for the Families Building Future Leaders, and he did this great Kinder Kids program. So come on up and tell us about that.
Thank you, Janice, or Mickey, or...
Very good. Very good.
So first off, to all you finalists, congratulations. It was really exciting to hear your pitches, and I realized that I'm pretty much the only thing between you and a big check and making your idea a reality, so I will keep it brief. By way of background, I teach kindergarten in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. The big thing I could not get over last year was how far behind my kids were academically, even on the first day of school. 1 out of 26 kids recognized any letters on the kindergarten readiness assessment. 2 kids recognized the numbers 6 through 10. Most kids couldn't even count to 10. And the problem is, when you're months behind, even if we grow a year academically, you're still behind at the end of the year. And then you lose learning over the summer, and it's just an absolutely vicious cycle, which is why in my school, from 3rd through 8th grade, we have about 6% of kids reading on grade level. So my idea was pretty simple. I said, if we can give parents a kit with information about what their child needs to know entering kindergarten and how they can use everyday items, Fruit Loops, Skittles, shaving cream, stuff like that, to teach those skills, letters, shapes, number recognition, counting, stuff like that, we can get the kids coming in on track, and a child's academic trajectory could be completely changed. So with the funding from Accelerate, and then later Jumpstart, Startup Scale Up, ended up getting about 700 of these kits into the Cleveland community last summer. And the results so far have been pretty exciting. 1 charter school partnered, and they gave a pre- and post-diagnostic, testing kids on letter, number, shape recognition, counting, and name writing. 90% of kids showed improvement in at least one of those categories. my classroom, where I'm teaching right now, went from 5% of kids to about 65% recognizing letters on day one. We went up from about 2 kids to over 75% recognizing numbers 6 through 10. 90% of kids could count to 10 on day one. This year, I'm doing teacher coaching, so I've been out of the classroom for a significant amount of time. And even then, our winter national test numbers are significantly higher than last year, which has been really exciting. Fruit Loop Skittles, is that a big world-changing thing? No, but parents are awesome, and the opportunity to empower them is super, super exciting, and begin to see some of the results of that. So the game plan moving forward, couple logistical things we got to finalize, but the hope is to reach all of Cleveland for next year, so like 4,000 of those kits. So that's pretty exciting. Going to be participating in the Sea Change Business Incubator program as well. So just in closing, thank you so much for your support and partnership in this endeavor over the past year. So many people willing to volunteer, make introductions, make connections. Eric Gordon sent one email, and just like that, 250 kits were distributed. They took care of everything. So you guys have been super, super helpful. Really appreciate the support, and really excited to see what's to come of this year's pitches. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Looks
So
like
ballots are in.
the totals are in. Wait a minute. I got 15 minutes worth of Skittles
Yeah.
and Shady Green jokes.
No. Okay, the ballots are in, and we have a winner. But first, join us in welcoming back to the stage Joe DeRocco of Citizens Bank and Larry Oscar, Board Chair of CLC. Come on up, guys.
Come on up, guys. And in addition to Joe and Larry, we'd also like to welcome our category sponsors to help us award the winners. The Community Challenge category, Bob Klunk from Oswald Companies and Ed Largent from Westfield Insurance Foundation. Come on up, guys.
All right, and can we also have our 5 finalists, please?
I got a
No,
couple
wait,
more.
wait. Oh, I lied.
There's a
Wait,
couple more
don't
people.
move. Do not move.
In the Economic and Workforce Development category, Neil Restivo from Odie will come up.
All right.
And can we get our representative, I'm sorry I don't have the name, the representative from the Educating for Tomorrow category from Nordson, not Nordstrom's. Can you guys come on up? Sorry. Give us a little more, let's bring it all the way down. Okay, and those folks are Cecilia Render and Shelley Pete. See how prepared we are? They're both here. Great.
Is everybody up? All right, now we are ready for our 5 finalists. Come on back up, guys. All right, so we're doing this. Are we reintroducing them?
Yes, we are.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, if you'll recall, you ready? Are you doing the first couple?
No, you're doing them all.
Okay. We have Jeremy Langham, Ironborn Brew Works in the Community Change category. Shayla Ivezi in the Career Closet, in the category of Economic and Workforce Development, Career Closet, More Than a Wardrobe. Joanne Smith in the category of Educating for Tomorrow, Getting Our Babies to College 101. In the Quality of Life category, Ava Alexandra Thomas with Memory Mat. And in the Transformative Arts and Culture category, Daniel Gray Contar with Imagination for Our Imagined Nation.
All right, you each made a great pitch for your civic vision, and it's nice and all of you will get a check. But there's only one winner. Are we ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, our grand prize winner. A little bit of drum roll, please. Jeremy Langham. Woo! Ironborn Brew Works. Okay. All right, guys.
Hey, I want to say thank you to all of our contestants and presenters tonight. All of you guys, stay with us on stage. We're going to be doing pictures with your giant checks. I've always wanted a big giant check like that. But all of you will stay up for that. I want to thank you all for being part of this civic pitch competition. As Mary Ann said, please connect with any of our 25 presenters, help make their visions a reality, and keep accelerating Cleveland.